What up, fam? I came here today to talk to you about mess. Messiness, not in the social media, modern day, postmodern reclamation of the more timeless word, mess. I mean, like, timeless sense of mess, imperfection, yuckiness, disgust, disgusting, ew, gross, whatever. All that. I was so inspired today. I did some goal setting. I set some intentions, and my intentions manifested. They were tiny things, but they were super important to me today, which is essentially just to have a really loving, healing, nice day. Today was so pleasant, and there were like a couple of things that could have made it unpleasant, but they kind of like shape shifted. That's a gift. But mess is a gift, and I wanted to talk about mess today. I had planned to write about some other stuff. I had all these inspired notes during my work day, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to look those up because, like, the overarching theme to talk about in terms of creativity is mess. Oh, fam, things are so messy. They don't go as we plan. They don't go as I plan. Feelings are messy. Emotion is messy. Lust is messy. Love is messy. Anger is messy. Grief is messy. It's never convenient when you need to grieve or you feel, you know. I don't have to tell you, right? But I'm telling you, it's difficult. It's messy. And we don't allow ourselves to be a mess sometimes. You know, prayerfully you have friends that you can just collapse in their arms and be a total mess, or experiment with that idea. Talk to them about things that you don't hold as close to your chest and see how that goes. Art is such an enlightened listener, you know. Supportive, sweet, kind, ever-present listener. It's like you're tapping into spirit whenever you create something, even that's messy. I know so many writers, and I used to be this type of a writer, where first drafts were just torture, just had to be perfect or couldn't write it. Procrastinate so long because that first draft wasn't up to par, but it's called a draft for a reason. When we meditate, it's called a practice for a reason. Looking in this viewfinder, you know, it's still so difficult, but there's so much I want to say that I'm trying to just look past the externalities, you know. We're being trained to just swipe left, swipe right, you know, for stuff we want or don't want, or people we're interested in or not interested in, you know, hot or not, and you know, bless it, that's fine, that's the culture we're in, and that's always been a part of human experience anyway. It's just we're being more encouraged to do it for various reasons. So it's interesting to see how things that are timeless, sustainable, things that take time to see and develop and know, fall by the wayside a lot. One of the biggest things that's a timeless idea, it's a longer lasting idea, is really cultivating a relationship with yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself deeply. It takes time, because oftentimes you're a mess, or you're actually doing well, but other people think you're a mess. Relying on the good opinion of others becomes messy, you know. And some of the things that have helped me as an artist would be to create through the mess. As a metaphysician, we're all metaphysicians. We all create our own reality of sorts, right? You're the painter there. So when it's messy, keep creating. Keep knowing that you're creating some or all of the situation, let's say, whatever you feel safe, comfortable thinking. And create forward, you know, don't let the painting stay static or dry if you're not pleased with it. Keep painting, keep creating, keep knowing things can change, develop. You know, sometimes you'll create a piece of work, craft something, come back the next day, you see it in a whole new way, whole new light. Big shout out to everyone who's a freaking mess right now, because being in that state can feel discouraging. But when you pick that word apart, you're dissing courage. You're distancing yourself from the courage that you are. It's courageous to wake up and keep trying. It's courageous to keep breathing in a planet or in a world or in some circumstances where sometimes it feels hard to breathe and have your own space, have your own say. It's courageous really to just keep trying, and it's in our DNA to do that, and we have strength and resources that we don't always know or we forget, and creating can help us to restore that, remember that. Ancestors can speak to us through our art, love can, grief can. It can tell you things that you need to hear just by creating. It doesn't even have to be a finished piece. It doesn't even have to be a medium that you're familiar with, but just create. If art is not your thing, there's cooking, there's loving your partner, there's loving a family member, there's caregiving, gardening, taking care of an animal, caring for yourself, whatever you're creating forward. As messy as it gets, and you will be surprised when you love yourself through the mess and you love your environment through the mess. Things become beautiful. It's kind of like wabi-sabi. If you don't know what wabi-sabi is, you can Google it. W-A-B-I-S-A-B-I, or, you know I'm going to talk about that later, right? I've already written about it, but I'll talk about it later. But, I don't know, like, shout out to my messy crew. Like, you can take that however you want. If you want to, like, hashtag messy, okay, no problem. But I'm just saying, like, I love your mess. I love my mess. I love the perfection that is me, and that does include my mess, and that's a long-term, lifelong, eternal relationship. Expressed through art. And the art informs it and helps heal it. And I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty cool.